We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise. We help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We're deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. You're back on the air with Eric and Robin Gagnon, the restaurant brokers. We're talking with the Georgia State University Small Business Development Center. Join us every week as we satisfy your appetite for acquisition, feed the need for restaurant reality, and serve up a recipe for business success. So excited to have people who are as passionate about entrepreneurship as the restaurant brokers on the air with us this morning. I guess, Jeff, you want to lead us off? I think you have some statistics about the industry.
Well, I do. The thing that we want your listeners to know is we'll see typically through just one office, my office at Georgia State, maybe 400 clients. We'll do about 3,000 consulting hours through our doors, and every year come December we have to go back to zero. So we have pretty good metrics that we have to meet, but we do have an impact. Just so you know, we track that impact through surveys, through our clients, throughout the whole network. And just to throw out a couple of numbers, for example, in 2013, and they're just fashioning the 2014 numbers now, 2013 we helped about 1,400 new businesses get started.
Wow.
Everybody does the happy dance when jobs are created. That's another metric that is important to us and to our funding partners, who, by the way, want this information because every year we have to go to Congress and give a report card. So
Sure.
We have to do that. But the new jobs created just from the clients that come through our doors were over 10,000 jobs, not dollars,
Wow.
10,000
Wow.
jobs in 2013.
It's impressive.
And I wanted to jump to the dollars because we helped facilitate, if you will, over $400 million in capital. So
Wow.
those are important numbers to us. And your last question about success stories, we actually have Georgia Trend every year does a publication for us. I think everybody knows Georgia Trend, and it's chock full of success stories here that we have permission that Ted mentioned that we need, but we have this document that really, if people could just get their hands on that, they can understand the impact, the type of clients, and it's everything from agriculture to practice management. Doctors know how to doctor; they don't necessarily might not know how to run their business, but so it's the full gambit, and so that's a good source of information for your listeners as well. But we track a lot of information.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, you almost read my mind there,
Sorry.
Jeff, because I was going to ask Ted. We run into a lot of chefs. A lot of people in the restaurant industry are very good at one thing. There's more than one thing in the business. Like, you do have a great chef, they're not good at running the operations piece of it or the front of the house of it. Can they come to you and say, look, I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm a great chef. I can cook a meal. I have no clue how much my meal costs. I have no clue how to run my front-end manager, and I'm at a loss, and I'm about to run out of money. So can I have some help here to get guidance before I burn through all my capital that I have left?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of our clients. So yeah, when I meet with someone for the first time, after I just get a sense of what it is they do for their business, I ask them, what's on your front burner, what brings you in. Sometimes we'll rearrange the priorities if I think that there's something that needs to be addressed sooner. But yes, that's a very typical kind of thing that comes in, and it's really, really normal. I think, if you ever sat down with a really successful entrepreneur who's been there, done that, built and sold several companies, and asked him or her, did you ever learn any of your lessons the hard way? They'd probably start talking for about 6 hours, right? So first-time business owners learn things the hard way, and we try our best to eliminate as many of those as we can.
And what struck me as I was reading your bios, I've been a volunteer for my university for years and years, served on entrepreneurship board, served on a business development advisory board, where they want to bring back in people who have real-world business experience. Your bios and the bios of everybody I've seen associated with the SBDC, you're not just academia, you're not just folks who have a degree, but you've actually lived the business, and you come from a background, so you have real-world experience and some war stories. You want to expand on that for us?
We hope that gives us credibility, because we can kind of tell you where the rocks in the road are. But I'll leave more to you, Ted.
Having the experience helped me. It gave me a lot of confidence when I first started, right, my first year. And so if I meet a retailer food startup type of business, I did a location hunt myself. I worked the build out myself. I dealt with the regulatory aspects myself, and then I learned how to do marketing myself. And since I've been with the SBDC, I've gone through that process with several other people. And so each time I learn a little bit more, and each time I'm sort of more valuable to the next person I'm going to see. So, yeah, having kind of been there and done that before is really, really helpful.
Yeah, and to Ted's credit, for our listeners, if you are in the Atlanta area, Ted did have a food service-related business, so he knows a lot of your pain probably that you're going through or you're about to endure, and he may be a great resource to come and camp in front of his door here for the next morning's appointment.
Learned all of my lessons the hard way.
There you go. There you go. That's great information.
And that's really what small business owners do, and small businesses fuel America's economy. I'm always surprised when the big pundits are out there and talking about the IBMs of the world, and it's us. We're the folks that drive the engine of the economy. So if some of those folks want to reach out, they've heard today's program, they're very excited and interested. Jeff, how do they reach you? Where's the best place to go for information? The
easiest place to find out about us is our website, georgiasbdc.org, spell out Georgia. And, they can call us. Typically, we're on universities anywhere that you might travel. So if you again take up and move your business from one state to the other, just look us up in the university website or phone book. Actually, Ted works in our DeKalb office, which is branded as a University of Georgia office. So there's the University of Georgia website as well. So that's the easiest way. There's location buttons, takes you to every location in the state.
That's great information. Ted, I know we have just a few seconds left. What would be the greatest piece of advice you can give to an entrepreneur, especially in the food service, since we're focused on that? What's the one piece of advice these guys would have to think through when they embark their journey, or if they're in the journey already?
Plan. I think planning is overlooked quite often, financial planning especially. Retail and restaurant, people get really excited about doing those kinds of things. And a lot of times you see someone who's making sort of a career left turn. They've been in a corporate office for a long time, and they've said, I've always wanted to open a restaurant, or I've always wanted to open a bed and breakfast, or I've always wanted to open a boutique. And
must plan. That's
right.
The key word.
Prepare and be ready.
Awesome.
All right. You heard it here from We Sell Restaurants, the industry leader in restaurants for sale, franchise restaurant resales, and site location for the food service industry. We are franchising our concept nationwide. We have offices in Florida, Colorado, Tennessee, and Georgia. Join us and learn more on our website, WeSellRestaurants.com.